Kim over at the Homeschooling Grammy coming at you with a brand new collab. I love collabs. So anyways, this collab is called 5 Hacks to Travel with Kids, and it's being hosted by Jana over at Good Life Explorers. So when you're done watching the video, you can go ahead and just take a look at the description box, and the playlist will be there. So you can just, go ahead and take a look at everybody else's hacks for traveling with their kids. Mine may be different than everybody else's. I don't know. I'm kind of like the old lady of the homeschool community being the Grammy, but we'll see. This should be really fun to see what everybody else says. So if this is something you're interested in, stay tuned. Okay, hack number 1. Just my opinion, but I think that if kids are prepared and they know what's expected of them, then you probably forego a lot of the trouble that you'll have on any of the trips that you take. So I'm like real big on letting them know right up front. These are the rules of the car. These are the things that you're allowed to do. These are the things that you're not allowed to do. Then they can't come back later and say, well, I didn't know, or whatever. So I've always been really big about that. So if there are things that you don't want happening in your car on your trip, or on the train or plane, or however it is that you're going, wherever you're going, then let them know in advance. Kids are super smart. Just got to give them credit where credit's deserved. Okay, on to hack number 2 with a little disclaimer about number 1. Obviously, if you have an infant or a very, very young toddler or baby, you're not going to totally be able to say, okay, baby, you're not going to cry in the car, because that's just not, it's not going to happen. But I'm talking about children that are verbal. Children, even at 2 and 3 years old, they're really smart. Give them some credit. They're smart. Anyways, hack number 2. Make time in your trip for breaks. Breaks are key for kids. Nobody wants to sit in the car for 6 or 7 hours at a clip. I don't want to sit in the car for 6 or 7 hours at a time. So we can't expect our children to sit in the car and behave themselves for that long. It's just not possible for them. They have to get the wiggles out. So make time for breaks in your trip. Have it built right into your trip. Stop at rest areas. Rest areas a lot of times have huge areas that kids can just run. Let them run. Run. Run it right out of their system. Okay, on to hack number 3. I say make sure that you have lots and lots of snacks and drinks available for the kids in the car. That way, they're not going to be saying 5 minutes into the trip, I'm thirsty, or I want to drink, I want to drink, whatever they, might be saying at that time. But I also let them choose the snacks ahead of time. That way they can't argue about whatever the snack might be. You just tell them, hey, those are the snacks that you chose, and you can make it healthy choices that they choose from. You can pick A or B to take with us. Okay, on to hack number 4. We always had the kids, and still do, have them bring their favorite lovey or favorite toy in the car. Now that favorite lovey and that favorite toy is for them only. That's not something that they're required to share. So that is their comfort toy. That's their go-to thing, no matter what it is that they bring with them to give them comfort while they're riding in the car or in the train, or whatever you happen to be doing, and it's something that they chose. If they choose to share with their siblings, great, but it's not a requirement. Not everybody does that now, but hack number 5. We usually like to play some kind of games in the car, and the favorite game that we used to play with my girls a long time ago in the car was the ABC game. So what the kids would do, you have to do is you have to pick a theme. So your theme could be animals or vegetables or whatever you decide the theme is going to be. So then the first child has to think of whatever that theme is, say animals. So the first letter of the alphabet is A, so then I guess, let me think off the top of an ape, I guess. So the first child would say ape. So then the second child would have to say the first word, ape, and then B for bear. So they would say, A, B for bear, and then the next child will do C, and so on and so forth. But every time they're going back to the beginning of the alphabet and trying to remember every animal or vegetable or whatever it was that everybody said in the group. And as you get further down the alphabet, it gets really hard, number one, to think of words to say, and then even funnier when the kids are trying to remember the words that everybody said. Okay, everyone, thanks for joining me today in this collab with Jana from Good Life Explorers. Make sure that you check out the playlist below to watch the hacks of other YouTubers and how they handle their time in the car with their kids. I hope you enjoyed this. It was pretty fun. It brought back a lot of memories from when my girls were really young. I mean, now we just have the one child, so it's, you always know who did it when you only have one child, right? So we don't have to worry about any of that, oh, she's touching me or whatever, and he's looking out my side of the window, all that kind of silly stuff that goes on when you have kids. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and